Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the daily discussion for the 3rd of November 2014. 10 days to go! My name is Tusky, and today we shall be discussing my problem with Let's Plays, and a little bit of a hiccup that I've gone and made because I'm a plonker. So, let me just explain what's going on. So, mistakes are a part of the human nature, and they're a part of everything, including this channel, including me, including everything to do with YouTube, really. And I'm pretty much sure I've gone and made a mistake. Now, on Friday the 31st of October, so Halloween, last Friday, I created a video, a first in a new series called WoW Live Alliance Playthrough. The whole idea of it was that I would create this whole new series where I would play through the Alliance side of this game, because I've never actually done it. I've only played the Horde side. I haven't seen the questing experience and the lore from the Alliance side. So I thought, it would probably be a good idea to go through that and on the Alliance side and talk about the lore, the quest experiences, how it compares to the Horde, and kind of just seeing how the whole experience meshes together. And I thought I could probably get quite a little bit out of that. So I got down to it. I created a Pandaren Rogue and I did plenty of recording, enough essentially for 2 or 3 videos, and I did kind of enjoy it. I also released the first one of these videos, the first kind of about 40 minutes of the Pandaren starting zone. However, retrospectively, I feel like this was a mistake. Now, I was asked to do this series, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea, but essentially, having looked over it and having actually spent time properly looking at it, I've kind of realized essentially it's a Let's Play. And it doesn't really have the same excuse that the level 90 boost guide did, because that was essentially one very long guide split up into different videos going over the different experiences of boosting to level 90 and the kind of things that you had to do to get into raiding, essentially. So that's one reason why I think it was a mistake, and that's really the main reason. But it was also a little bit of a pain to do technically. There are a few kind of very difficult things to do with it, but that's not entirely why I feel it was a mistake. Instead, I feel like I've misstepped by creating a Let's Play. I didn't really give the video much thought, and I think that that's bad. And I'm sure you're sitting there going, well, how is that bad? Let's Plays aren't bad. And no, they're not inherently bad. Okay, first of all, I just want to say that people who do Let's Plays, I think, are perfectly fine. And I follow a lot of people who do Let's Plays. I love Jesse Cox, I love Crendor, and I love all kinds of things like that. And I do really enjoy a good Let's Play. I love listening to it in the background while I'm doing stuff. And I know that that's the way that a lot of people listen to those kind of videos. And that it's also a way that a lot of people listen to these daily discussions. And I think that's really cool. But my problem with Let's Plays is not so much that they exist. I think they're fine for existing, and I think the people that do them are awesome. But my whole problem with Let's Plays is entirely me. They don't involve that much thought, in my opinion, compared to doing something like a guide or a daily discussion. They just don't have that much thought involved. You basically just play the game and you ramble on, which, admittedly, having done it a couple of times now, it requires an awful lot of thought and concentration while you're doing it, but it doesn't allow for the kind of fine-tuning and editing that I do with pretty much all of my guides. Because, in truth, I know I might sound in these videos like I'm quite fluent, like I talk quite smoothly between sentences, and I do, pretty much. I do talk kind of like that in real life, but I do also edit myself. I edit out a lot of the pauses, I edit out a lot of the times where I just go, sometimes you'll hear it at the end of videos, I'll just put it in because I think it sounds funny, just constantly screwing up over and over and over again, trying to say something with that's like a tongue twister. But I'm not as kind of coherent as I sound, and I love that whole editing aspect of it to make my daily discussions and my guides seem much more coherent, to basically just play smoother, And I really love that whole side of things, and I can't do that with a WoW Live, with a Let's Play, and that's something that bothers me. But really, they don't provide the quality of content that I want to have on this channel. That's really the bottom line. They don't provide the quality of content that I want to have. I want every video that I release to be insightful, thoughtful, and informative. So if it's either a discussion, a guide, or a piece of short entertainment, even a silly video like the True LFR guide or the How to PvP guide, those ones that are silly and just kind of I put together to be kind of funny, those have messages in them that show the advantages of playing with friends or the downsides of LFRs. And there are some actual pretty much unedited videos out there, when I do the WoW Live of the raids, I think that they have a lot of merit because you can see what it's like to be inside a raid group. And there are aspects of it that are very Let's Play-like. You hear just completely made up, just constant nattering that happens in the raid as we go around and do our stuff in the Siege of Orgrimmar. And that's kind of the whole Let's Play part of it, and you get to enjoy that part of it, but you also get to see what it's like to be in a raid. You get to see what it's like to smash your head against progress. And that was the whole point of doing that. I wanted you guys to be able to see it, so you could see what it's like. Maybe see, oh, well, that sounds like it'd be something I'd really like to get into, and maybe that'd be a kind of an incentive to get you into raiding, because if I can do that and help people get into raiding, that's really great. And I think that those kind of videos are part of it. So I think that those kinds of videos have a lot of merit. Like even the silly ones have a lot of merit. And I really want to create for myself a sort of style with this channel. I'd like to be the guy that every time you see a video on your subscription feed from me, you know that it's going to be a video that I've put a lot of work into, that I've put a lot of thought and execution into it. So that, you know, it's not just something that I've just put together and just thrown out there for you to watch. Something that I put, you know, work into, and that's really the whole point of it. The daily discussion isn't exactly a whole ton of work compared to the guides, but it's still so much more than any kind of Let's Play would be. When it comes to the daily discussion, I have to, first of all, think of an idea. I have to write a script. Not exactly a script, more just kind of notes, because I like to have it kind of a little bit more free-flowing. And then, of course, I have to do the whole editing, which takes quite a while. It takes a couple of hours to do all the editing, mostly with my voice. And then I've got to obviously record the footage with it and put it all together. That's kind of a traditional video. But a Let's Play, again, is just literally just get the topic for the Let's Play, do it, maybe edit out a couple of moments where you swear, or maybe edit out your account information when you disconnect, like I did, and then put an intro and outro sequence on it. And that's kind of it. And when I was doing the Wild Lives of the Level 90 boost, I never really enjoyed it that much, I have to say. As a video format, it's not that exciting to me, and the kind of mantra, I suppose, that I go with when it comes to the channel is I want to create videos that I enjoy creating and that I would want to watch. I don't really like creating Let's Plays as much as I do other videos, and I don't like watching them as much as I do my other videos. So I think that really says it all. I mean, if I don't like creating them or watching them, then that's going to show in the final videos. I've been told plenty of times that I have a lot of passion for YouTube, and it's very true. I have a lot of passion for YouTube and a lot of passion for the game, and I want that to come through in my videos, and I really want that to show. And I've been getting a lot of comments that say that it does, and that's great. I want that to continue, and I think that if I did these Let's Play kind of videos, it just wouldn't show, which is another reason why, again, I'm not going to do them. But really, this whole thing, it brings to mind a comment that I received not too long ago that really warmed my heart, and it said, "You're not a cookie-cutter YouTube channel where they just throw out massive amounts of videos just so you can watch things. Everything is well thought out and carries on smoothly." And that's exactly the kind of vibe that I want to create with this channel. I want to have a channel whose content flows well from one video to another, and the way I'm going to do that is through consistently high quality, both in the topics discussed in the daily discussions and the guides, and in the execution of that discussion, so the actual quality of the videos about the topics. And that's how the content can flow nicely, and that's exactly what I'm going for, and it really warmed my heart that I got that comment, and I thank the person who did that very, very much. And I'm glad that you guys are picking up on that. And I want every time I release a daily discussion or a guide for you guys to go, he's released something else. I know it's going to be thoughtful. I know it's going to be open-minded. I know it's going to be insightful and informative. And that's what I want to do. And that's exactly why I want to be completely open about my process. I want to be completely open about how the channel's going. And I want to just talk about any topic that I want to talk about. And there are a couple of topics that are a little bit taboo, but I might talk about them, I might not, which is why I pretty much write down every kind of suggestion for the daily discussion that I get, because unlike where I get, for instance, a request to do a Let's Play, which I probably won't accept from now on, which I probably won't go ahead with, if I'm given a suggestions for the daily discussion, it's pretty much a decision right there. If I think that I could talk well about it, then I'll do it. If I don't, then I won't. So I will look at every single suggestion that you guys give me, but I won't go through with all of them. And that's just kind of the nature of it. Your suggestions really are appreciated. They really are. And I do consider them all, but I just won't follow through with all of them. That's just the nature of it. And I can't do the whole kind of content that flows well with really high quality with Let's Plays. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing the WoW Live of an Alliance leveling anymore, because I just don't feel like it's up to snuff. Nothing against the Alliance, and I'm sure the people that play the Alliance are going to pick up on this, and they're going to be like, you hate us. I don't. I really don't. Serious time now. I joke a lot about hating Warlocks and hating Hunters and hating the Alliance. I don't. And I think that's very important to note. I don't hate any of that. I really don't. I think that every single person that plays this game has the potential to be an amazing player and has the potential to be a really awesome person. And I think that despite what mainstream media says and despite what a lot of unhappy parents say, World of Warcraft can be a fantastic medium for becoming a great person. It helped me a lot, and I could actually talk about that. That's actually a pretty good topic, because I had quite the battle with my mother, because it was just me and my mother, and we had quite the battle over World of Warcraft. And there were times where it became bad for me, and times where it became good for me, like, for instance, now. So I feel like through World of Warcraft and through the channel, I can really help people kind of open their mind a little bit and kind of just be awesome, really. That's the whole point of it all. And I just want to just take a moment and pause and be serious and say, I don't hate anyone. I don't. It's a horrible word. And if you think that I hate you because you play Alliance or because you play a Warlock or because you play a Hunter, no. I'm just teasing. That's what I do. I'm quite the tease, and I like to just poke people. That's what I do, and I apologize if I've ever pissed you off because of it. So, that's basically what I have to say for the day. I know it's kind of a lot of excuses, but don't worry. The other 9 daily discussions I have planned up until the release of Warlords of Draenor will probably be about more interesting things. We're going to discuss all kinds of different things. Let me just give you a little teaser, shall I? Because I like teasing. So we're going to be discussing what we expect at BlizzCon. We're going to discuss a new kind of forum I've got planned. We're going to discuss guilds. We're going to discuss lore characters, 5-mans. We're going to discuss the format for guides because I got a really great comment suggesting a format for a guide. And so, hey, I'm going to go with it. I think it's going to be awesome. And again, why you should suggest things in comments and in messages and things like that. That's why right there. Because it was a great suggestion, and it's going to affect a lot of the way I do guides. And we're going to discuss Pandaria, we're going to be discussing live streams. Oh, we've got a lot coming, and I'm excited to do the countdown up until Thursday the 13th, when Warlords releases. So it's going to be really damn exciting, I have to say. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next kind of week or so. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I'm really excited for Warlords, and we're nearly there. So get your asses in gear, start collecting gold, prepare your bags, prepare your professions, everything you need to do. I've dropped engineering. I know, I've dropped engineering on my shaman, and I picked up leatherworking because I expect to use it to create some gear to help me get into the 5-mans and the raids. So there's that, and that's it. Yeah, it's all exciting. We're gonna get to it. I'm excited for it. So there we go. That's it. That's it for today's daily discussion. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Sorry for all the excuses. But before we go, let's have the piece of music for the day. It's going to be called Surrender the Booty, which plays very rarely, actually. I'm surprised by how rare this piece of music is in the game for how brilliant it is, when dealing with pirates in the Barrens, the Thousand Needles, and Tanaris. So imagine the typical romanticized, over-the-top kind of Pirates of the Caribbean-themed pirates that raid, loot, and pillage the seas of Azeroth, attacking towns, grabbing booty, the gold, not the other thing. Well, I suppose the other thing as well, but you know, bleh. And just, you know, generally being awesome. And it also makes me think a lot of Tony Two Tusk, a fantastic troll pirate in the Thousand Needles and in the Barrens as well. But he really comes to his own in the Thousand Needles. So that's the music for the day. So, of course, as always, if you have suggestions for topics or you wish to send me your questions to answer on the daily discussion, you can contact me using the links in the description, or you can just leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your gaming endeavors. Well, I tried, okay? I tried! Damn Alliance! Always getting yourself in trouble.